Jada Pinkett Smith has once again become the center of a storm, this time one filled with legal tension, emotional claims, and a $3 million lawsuit that has put her name directly back into the headlines. The controversy revolves around allegations that Jada made threats and used her influence to intimidate someone involved in a long-running dispute with her. And the moment this story broke, it sent shockwaves across Hollywood, social media, and celebrity news platforms. People immediately wanted to know, what led to this? Who filed it? How serious are the allegations? And what does this mean for Jada's already complicated public image? According to the lawsuit, the plaintiff alleges that Jada used her celebrity power and personal connections to pressure them during a tense disagreement. They claim that comments made by Jada felt threatening, subtle but intimidating, the kind of remarks that suggested things would take a darker turn if they didn't comply. Statements like, "You don't want this to get bigger," or "This can go in a direction you won't like," are said to be at the center of the case. The plaintiff says these interactions left them overwhelmed, emotionally distressed, and fearful of the consequences of standing up to someone with Jada's level of fame and influence, and because of that, they're seeking $3 million in damages, saying the emotional, psychological, and financial impact has been devastating. Jada's legal team, however, has rejected the claims entirely. They describe the lawsuit as baseless, opportunistic, and designed to take advantage of Jada's name. They argue that she never made threats of any kind, and that the plaintiff is using exaggeration to force a payout. According to Jada's camp, the statements being labeled as threats were taken out of context, misinterpreted, or possibly fabricated altogether. They believe the lawsuit is simply another attempt to cash in on Jada's high-profile status. What makes this situation even more explosive is that it isn't happening in a vacuum. Over the last few years, Jada Pinkett Smith has found herself tied to more public controversies than almost any other Hollywood figure. Whether it's the deeply personal revelations on Red Table Talk, the scrutiny of her marriage to Will Smith, the constant memes, the ongoing jokes, or the endless commentary following the Oscars slap incident, Jada has become a magnet for headlines. Every time her name appears online, discourse erupts. People debate her choices, her marriage, her openness, and what role she plays in the Smith family's public image. Fair or not, her reputation has become layered, complicated, and highly polarized. And because of that, this lawsuit instantly ignited intense reactions. Some people believe the allegations are real and argue that power dynamics can make subtle threats extremely damaging. Others think the claims sound exaggerated or opportunistic, saying it's just another case of a celebrity being targeted because of their wealth and visibility. Social media users quickly took sides, with the story trending across platforms as people once again dissected Jada's character, history, and public persona. Posts, podcasts, and commentary videos exploded overnight, with many saying that whether she's guilty or not, Jada's public image is already fragile enough that this lawsuit could push things even further. What makes this story more complicated is how the legal system handles allegations like this. Threats aren't always physical or direct. Sometimes the law considers implied pressure, especially when one person holds significantly more power, influence, or resources. The plaintiff is arguing exactly that Jada didn't have to raise her voice or make an explicit threat. Instead, they claim her words and tone carried enough intimidation to make them feel unsafe and pressured. They say that Jada used her position as a Hollywood figure to create an imbalance, making it clear that she had the upper hand. Whether a judge agrees with that interpretation remains to be seen. Meanwhile, Jada's camp insists the entire case is built on distortion. They argue that the plaintiff is using emotional language to turn normal disagreements into something sinister. They point out that being a celebrity doesn't automatically make someone intimidating, and they believe the plaintiff is simply using Jada's fame to make their claims sound more dramatic than they really were. And behind the scenes, sources say Jada is frustrated, drained, and focused on clearing her name before the situation spirals even further. As this drama continues to unfold, many people are reflecting on how quickly Jada's name has become associated with controversy in general. Long before this lawsuit, she had already become a symbol. For some, a symbol of inner strength and spiritual growth. For others, a symbol of oversharing, chaos, and public drama. Every personal revelation she makes becomes a trending topic. Every interview turns into a meme. And every conflict involving her is magnified under a spotlight that few celebrities experience at this level. This lawsuit adds another chapter to a narrative that has followed Jada for years. The idea that the public is endlessly fascinated by her life, her marriage, her relationships, and now her legal drama. Whether this case ends up dismissed, settled privately, or taken all the way to court, one thing is certain: people will be watching. The media will analyze every update, commentators will speculate on what's true and what's exaggerated, and the Smith family, once seen as one of Hollywood's most pristine, polished households, continues to face challenges that keep their name trending. For now, all eyes are on the legal process. Will the plaintiff present evidence strong enough to support their claims? Will Jada respond publicly beyond her legal team's statements? Will more details leak, or will both sides try to resolve this quietly behind closed doors? These are the questions people are asking as the story grows. And as with every Jada-related headline, emotions, opinions, and debates are running high. No matter which side you're on, this lawsuit opens a bigger conversation about power, fame, interpretation, and how public figures navigate conflicts that would normally stay private for anyone else. And as always, we'll keep following the story as more pieces come to light. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next chapter in this unfolding situation, because if history has shown us anything, it's that when Jada's name hits the news cycle, the story rarely ends quickly, and it almost never ends quietly.